Hello. I'm always intrigued when a film composer steps out of his or her comfort zone and tries something new. Think of Gabriel Yared on 1408 and how, coming from a background which was mostly classical in the tradition of people like Debussy and Mozart, and he was trying something that was just completely different for him, and it worked like gangbusters. Also consider Alexander Desplat on Godzilla, which, while the official release of that score was a little bit too dry in the mix for me, some unreleased score tracks on YouTube show the dynamic range in the quieter areas leading up to the fortissimo parts. And so Anne-Kathrin Dern's The Devil Conspiracy, coming from that esteemed label Movie Score Media, which have done many efforts over the years that I have liked, including Christophe Rezai's The Last Fiction, an excellent score there, and some amazing efforts from Scott Glasgow. This score can be divided into basically two parts. On the one hand, you've got some new agey synthesizer type material which is reminiscent of Vangelis, and on the other you've got some choral elements which may remind you of Danny Elfman or even Christopher Young. In the track Lacrimosa, which I was quite fond of, Dern definitely lives up to the tearful definition of that particular title. For the most part though, this score, which runs nearly the whole length of a CD, does succumb to the more sound designy inclinations rather than the choral. There is enough of the choirs throughout the score that you can enjoy certainly sections of it, but the more sort of like grindy, and distorted elements do tend to become rather obnoxious. I believe that these elements can be tweaked and perfected, as Benjamin Wallfisch did on his It scores, but here they definitely felt familiar in their atonality and their lack of anything expressive. It's just noise for the sake of noise. Now, Dern does save the best for last here in a song called Mercy, where the female singer is absolutely outstanding. If The Devil Conspiracy played for around 40 minutes, then it would be a very passable 3-star effort. At double that length, it definitely overstays its welcome. The synthesizer parts overbearing in the extreme and making this a good deal longer than it should have been. Therefore, I give The Devil Conspiracy by Anne-Kathrin Dern 2 out of 5 stars. There are some good elements here, the song at the end being the absolute cream on the cake, as it were. Not a very good cake, but it's a cake nevertheless. And that, with some other stuff, you can maybe put together a 20-25 minute playlist of highlights and pick out some stuff. I listened to this on Spotify and the sound quality was quite good throughout, so there is that, apart from the distorted stuff, of course. For more film and soundtrack reviews, please visit Betty Jo Tucker's website, Real Talk Movie Reviews. On Facebook you can find my pages, Hip-Notic Movie Reviews and Hip-Notic Soundtrack Reviews. I am Richard Jack Smith, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.